Torah Life Ministries come out of the world. Messiah people seek the truth.
Hello everybody, it's Paul Neeson with Torah Life Ministries, and I've gotten a lot of questions last week, and I usually do all my questions together, but I wanted to take some time to answer some questions that need a longer answer, and I have a bunch this week that I have set aside to do that. And right now we have a question, and I'm going to read the question and then I'll give you my answer. But the question was, somebody says, I have been following Yahweh, and I struggle though, because not only is it difficult to have fellowship with others, but at the same time I feel like I only have problems and I'm not seeing results. And then they go on to say, I don't know, I just feel like maybe Yahweh is not pleased with me in some way. Why else would he allow me to suffer as much as I do? How can I know if I'm pleasing him? I'm not perfect, I know, but overall I feel like I'm doing right things. I keep the Sabbath, and I turned down a job because it involved working on Fridays and Saturdays, because I feel so strongly about Yahweh, even though I need the money. Since I started keeping the Sabbath, the food laws and everything I've lost, even more financial ground, lost my job in December, and everything has just gone worse to the terrible. I know money is not everything, but when it comes to the point where you struggle to feed your children, it becomes a big deal. I feel like I'm being punished more than blessed. Well, you know, there's a lot of times where people, they want to believe in Yahweh, and just circumstances here seem different. And, you know, there's a saying that says blessings in disguises, or blessings in disguise. And I don't know, you know, what we think of this, but sometimes things that seem like tragedies to us or suffering to us are blessings in disguise. And, you know, maybe, I mean, I can only make a couple of suggestions here, you know, but I know people have two reactions to dealing with certain situations, like when they're going through problems and things like this. One solution is to run from Yahweh, and one solution is to run to Yahweh. And the enemy will try to deceive us, and the enemy wants to do everything he can do in his power to get us to run the opposite way from the path that Yahweh has laid out for us. So there could be many different factors or forces trying to get your attention off being close to Yahweh and losing faith in him. But sister, stay strong, because, you know, persevere, and there are greater days ahead. You know, when it rains outside and you see that beautiful rainbow afterwards, understand that Yahweh made a covenant with us, and he will take care of us, and he will guide for us. Now, as for not working on the Sabbath, I think that's a wonderful choice. As for feeding your family, well, I don't know your situation where you are, but maybe you could find a job the other 7 days, 6 days of the week that might help with the situation. You know, that might be one thing. And you know, I think he did a very great thing by not accepting a job on a day where we're told not to work. And, you know, it just brings joy to me to know there are people out there that have so much passion for Yahweh that they would turn down something which seems like such a dire need for today. You know, but our faith has to be strong. And we have to understand, you know, I'm turning this job down with joy because I know he's going to provide better for me. But I also know that doubt can set in when we're waiting and waiting and waiting. But I'll just tell you what people have told me. You know, stay in prayer. Stay in prayer. Now, it takes action to go and actually do something. Remember when Moses was waiting for his next move, Yahweh said, get up and go. Don't just sit there. Well, so, you know, pray about it, but also, you know, you got to take action and make things happen. Whether it's getting a job, finding food for your family, or developing your relationship even closer with Yahweh. And he will answer our prayers. And it might not be the answer we want, but he will answer us. And how do you know if you're pleasing him? Well, there's several ways, but I wouldn't go by what the world considers as good or acceptable or rewarded. That's just the world's ways. How do you know if you're pleasing to him? First of all, you have to have an inner joy within inside you. That you know, regardless of what the world says, or regardless on your dire circumstances, that you know you're pleasing him, so you have a joy in your heart, regardless of what the circumstances around you, and you know he will answer and provide for your needs. And that's how you know, so you have this joy inside your heart. But also, you know you're pleased to him because The Torah sets the guidelines and the standards of how we should live. Yeshua, our Messiah, shows us what we should do in every situation of life, what choice we should make. And he guides us. He doesn't say, you must make this choice, but he guides and said, if you make this choice, you will be rewarded. This is how to live. This is how to live your life, and these are the choices you need to make. And check it against the Torah. Check it against, what your Messiah says. And if they're going along with that, you're pleasing him. But we can't please him on one end while we're losing faith in him on another. We have to remain strong. And I know it's not easy in circumstances. I know it's easy for the enemy to deceive us. I understand it's easy for our fleshly desires to come in, and even our eyesight to come in and see things that are wrong. But we have to shut off our human vision and start looking with our spiritual vision. And then we could see. The real answer here is, how do you know if you're pleasing him? If you were, you might not have that question. I mean, you would know. You would know without a doubt that what you're doing is pleasing him. Now, can you please him and go through sufferings and go through hard times? Absolutely. I mean, the real answer or reward is not that I'm comfortable in life, so I must be pleasing him. The real answer isn't I have all I need or all I want, so I'm pleasing him. No, I know a lot of people that aren't believers that have a lot of money and they have secure jobs and everything else. That's not the real answer. Look within, the joy that's in your heart. And understand, he will provide where there is a true need. But you have to take action and go out and make things happen. As long as they're done with a righteous heart and you're doing things the right way, the right things will happen. It might just take some time. And, if you're going through these struggles and so on, and you're not getting the answer you need, and you need to feed your children, well, that's when you need to call on the people that Yahweh has brought into your life to help you, the brothers and sisters to help you during these times. And, the church really, what it was meant to be was for people to help, for believers to help other believers during these times. So if you need food for your children, you didn't have to worry about getting a job on the Sabbath, because one of the other church brothers or sisters would help provide or bring food over for the children or something like that. You see, we've gotten away from that today, and it's mine, and me. No, it's a community living and just community idea where you're going to be okay. As long as we know that you're doing your best, that people out there should be able to help support you and provide with you. But, if you're taking advantage of that, that's something else. But a lot of the church today is a little backwards, and that's what it says. It's difficult to have fellowship with others. But fellowship is important, not only for a reason of somebody helping us with our financial needs, but just to have others to talk to. And I have a group on Messianic Fellowship on Facebook. It's called Messianic Fellowship. It's a great group. You can go there and ask all your questions and just fellowship with people and meet people. Who knows? Some of the people might even be in your own area. But that's my answer, and I'm praying for you, and keep us updated, because I know he will answer your prayers. And I pray that he gives you the strength to answer it in a way that you could feel joy in your heart about that, and that great things would happen. All right, thank you for your question. If you have any other questions, anyone has any questions or comments, post them below the video and we will get to them. And tomorrow I'm going to be doing the Torah portion for this week. Until then, everybody, have a great day, and shalom, shalom.
Seek the truth, avoid the evil, learn Yahweh's way.